What's up guys, my name's Chronic here on this Destiny 2 video, and today we're going to be counting down the top 5 weapons from the Iron Banner. These are going to be the weapons you guys want to shoot for, which weapons you want to use in the Iron Banner. I know it's pretty much near the end of the Iron Banner, but it's been a long week for school for me, and I just wanted to try to get this top 5 out for you guys who are just starting to get into it in the Iron Banner. You want to know what is the best weapons to get from it. This top 5 is mostly a kind of culmination of information I found on the internet. I did some research beforehand. I tried out these weapons on various different playing fields. Huge shout out to Captain, my buddy Captain, who let me use his account for this. He was the one who actually got his season reward and did all this stuff. And he has like a full set of Iron Banner Hunter armor, which is insane. And he allowed me to use his account and the guns. I do not have gameplay for the for one of the weapons in this. I almost said which weapon, that would have been bad. But I was able to get some information from some other people about how good it was. If you do end up liking the video, make sure to leave a like down below. I know I ramble on about this, but it really helps the channel out and it really is important. And subscribe for more top 5 in the future. Hopefully we can get out like a top 5 every week on Saturday. That's my goal, and I hope that we can do it. Coming in at number 5 of the top 5 Iron Banner weapons comes in at the Steady Hand Kinetic Hand Cannon. Now, if you guys have not seen this weapon, it is actually somewhat of a beast. I personally am not that good with hand cannons, but this weapon has a lot of fantastic perks on it. Overall, hand cannons have proven themselves in both Destiny 1 and Destiny 2, and this one is definitely one of the potent little bundles of death that we always have loved in the past. It packs a huge wallop. If you can see here, the impact is incredible, pretty much maximum. And of course, another reason that makes it so potent in Iron Banner is its range. It's one of those high damage, high range hand cannons. If you like this archetype, it is definitely something you should take a look at. It does have a bit of a kind of intense kick to it, so if you want to, I would recommend trying to control the kick with the different perks on it. Of course, thanks to aggressive frame perk, it makes it so you can actually control this kick as well as increase its damage, which makes it even better on it, and it's actually worth it. The kick on it is incredible, but you really want to try to get practice with this, and it will make it a lot easier to use. If you can, I would recommend trying to get a kinetic stability mod on it, so that kinetic slot, trying to get a kinetic stability mod, which will make this weapon a lot more controllable. The Outlaw perk is also quite useful, and it gives you quicker reloads on precision kills, which makes it a very deadly hand cannon in PvP, as well as in PvE it's very effective because of the Outlaw will actually damage the enemies, and you're getting precision kills pretty much all the time. Coming in at number 4 in the top 5 weapons of Iron Banner is going to be the Wizened Rebuke. I think I've said that right, but it's going to be the power fusion rifle that drops in from the Iron Banner. This weapon is actually pretty good compared to some of the other fusion rifles we've seen in the past, like the Shock and Awe, as well as the special ingredient. Those are going to be a better fusion rifle than this one, but this one's still very incredible and a lot of fun to use. You can combine its fast charging when switched to perk, you know, like the Plan C kind of perk, with its with its charge up for more power perk to do some serious damage with this thing. Plus, the crazy high impact on top of all of that really gives Shock and Awe a kind of run for its money. Fusion rifles aren't exactly the best in Destiny 2 right now, but this one very well might be one of the best alongside the Shock and Awe and of course the main ingredient. If nothing else, it's a legendary weapon that you can put in your heavy slot that you can basically depend on anytime you get heavy, and not just kind of fall over and die when you pick up a sword ammo and never able to use it. Coming in at the number 3 slot on the top 5 Iron Banner weapons in Iron Banner Season 1 is going to be the Hero's Burden Energy Submachine Gun. And I know I said Iron Banner like 3 times, but it's really like an Iron Banner weapon. So this is one of those SMGs with the higher fire rate, so a lot of people are not exactly into this kind of archetype. They go for the slower fire rate like the Adjudicator, as well as the Antiope D from the Gunsmith and all that stuff. Most people go with the slower fire rates because it's easier to handle in the close range instead of flying all over the place, as well as gives it that mid-range engagements and allows it so that the clip doesn't destroy itself immediately. But this weapon is actually really nice. It has really good target acquisition. It has threat detector on it, which is a very decent perk to have on a submachine gun. Its sight is pretty decent, you know, there's not a lot of tunnel vision on it. It's very easy to use, whereas I feel like other weapons that have that kind of holographic frame on it make it a little difficult to use at close range. Now, a lot of people like the drop mag on this weapon that makes it so it reloads really fast, which is really nice on a submachine gun because it runs out of ammo fast because it is a high fire rate. But I personally prefer the high caliber rounds because of the fact that it makes the enemy flinch, as well as the fact that it increases its range very slightly, and the fact that the reload on this weapon is pretty much fine as it is. A reload in the middle of combat is not going to solve your problem and help you win a battle, for the most part, you want to just make sure that you're not kind of stifled by the range, and you also flinch the enemy, which is really nice. And the threat detector perk that I mentioned earlier increases the stability, range, and I believe reload speed, all when people are close, and you should only ever use this weapon when people are close, so it also gives that boost to it, which actually makes it a really nice weapon. And again, this target acquisition on this weapon is actually really good. You snap into those targets pretty easily. Coming in at number 2 in the top 5 weapons of Iron Banner. Now, a lot of people probably know that this is going to be a contender for first and second, but first really has a place there. It is an incredible weapon, and we've never seen anything like it in Destiny 2, and it definitely deserves a spot up there. So number 2, I have to give it to the Forward Path Kinetic Auto Rifle. This auto rifle is an absolute beast. It's very similar to the origin story, but a bit of a higher fire rate, more ammo and a clip fire rate, kind of auto rifle on it. So if you look at the Hero's Gift and you compare these weapons to it, obviously it's not the same slot, but if you compare the weapons to it, you can see that this one is definitely a higher fire rate, bigger magazine size things, less range on it, and it's definitely for that primary slot if you're using a long range weapon in the secondary slot. Pretty much any assault rifle with extended mag is really good with War Rig Titan. If you didn't know, the exotic chest piece called War Rig automatically loads ammo into the clip directly every like second or so while using an assault rifle, which makes this weapon really nice, and you can continually fire because it has a higher fire rate. It's very nice in close range, and you can just continue to fire with that, and it makes it really nice and fun. Stability on the initial trigger pull seems nice as well. If you look at the Hero's Gift, it has the same perk on it, so if you right as you pull the trigger the first time, it will help you that stability, and for the most part, that first few shots is the part that's very difficult to control. So this weapon having that stability assist on the first few shots, again, is one of the better parts of this weapon overall. Some other stats include high handling and reload speed, make it very, very solid overall, so you're never stifled by one part of this weapon. Overall, the other perks on it are kind of average, which makes it so that this high clip size, higher fire rate assault rifle, very good at close range. If you wanted a replacement for an SMG, you can use this weapon, and it's very, very effective. So coming in at number 1, you guys know what the answer is. Number 1 best Iron Banner weapon is gonna be the Pulse Rifle. Now this weapon is absolutely ridiculous. It's called the Time-Sworn Spire Kinetic Pulse Rifle, and this is like one of those high fire rate Hawksaw weapons that we loved in Destiny 1 that has never appeared in Destiny 2. It has never appeared, and I don't know why it's never appeared. It's just they're like, hey, high fire rate pulse rifles are pretty much the go-to pulse rifle. Nobody is gonna ever use anything else, so we should definitely not have any of those and only have them in very special events. And it makes it so Iron Banner is so alluring just so that we can get this one pulse rifle, and I gotta say, it is amazing. I'm pretty sure you can 4 to 5 burst shot anyone in this area. It can compete against Uriel's Gift, although a little bit more difficult. It definitely has a better time to kill than Uriel's Gift at mid-range, and it also has a long range, not Mida range, but has a long range as well. As well as the fact that overall, pulse rifles are kind of down in the meta right now, and they definitely need to get buffed somewhere in the future, so you're definitely going to want to find and grab this weapon and try to get this weapon so that in the future you'll have it, and it'll be an even more destroy all beast. So on the perks, you can have dual stability perks on it that stack on top of the already high native stability, which is the kind of thing I usually do because the range, honestly, I don't really care. I much prefer having better stability, and then I would be able to handle that at range. So the sight as well as the other stability perk, I recommend going with the both stability things, which might work even better depending on the context of doing things at long range. And finally, the last perk on it, of course, Zen Movement. This is the one of the stability perks I was talking about. You do damage with this weapon and you get better stability. It becomes a laser at some point. Not exactly a laser, obviously. It might is more like a laser, obviously, because it shoots one shot. But this weapon becomes incredible at long range because the stability just goes down. It just goes up. The stability goes up, the recoil goes down, and this weapon is just awesome to use. It's very nice at close range. Obviously, you can't compete with the damage of submachine guns, but you can definitely get the close mid to mid, and of course the mid long range with this weapon, and it is fantastic. Again, huge shout out to Captain for letting me use his account. I never got gameplay for the hand cannon because we never actually got it to drop. My RNG is just fantastic at this point, but we never got it to drop, which is unfortunate, but we'll definitely try to get it in the future to use it. But I've never been a hand cannon guy myself, but I definitely want to try it out. Anyways, that's the video for you guys today. Hope you guys did enjoy. Here, a little bit of a kind of rerun through it. Number 5 is going to be the hand cannon. Number 4 is going to be the fusion rifle. Number 3 is the SMG. Number 2 is the auto rifle. And lastly, at number 1 is going to be the pulse rifle. I'm not naming them because in my book here, I haven't written down the names on my little piece of paper. But that's going to be the top 5 for you guys today. Hope you guys did enjoy. Let me know what you thought of the top 5. And of course, what you think of some other weapons. A lot of people have been telling me about this sidearm from Suros. I'm terrible with it. Like, it does do 27, 28 damage headshots, which is really nice at close range. It can compete with those SMGs, but I just found that it has no range beyond close range. The grenade launcher, as always, is just terrible, because grenade launchers always are. The scout rifle was okay, but it didn't really hold up to the Midas standard of fire rate. Again, if you enjoyed this video, and if you made it to this video, hashtag made it to the end of the comments. And if you've made it to the end, make sure you leave a comment down below, hashtag made it to the end, and of course, like it. And if you want to see more in the future, I'm going to be doing more top 5s in the future. And I also want to start doing a top 5 plays. So I'll set up something soon. Stay tuned to the next top 5. I'll probably say, hey, submit your top 5 plays to this link here, and we can collect some stuff, and we can feature you guys' plays and have a lot of fun doing that. Anyways, that's the video for you guys today. Hope you guys did enjoy. My name's the Necronic, and I'll see you guys over on the next one.